So I've been getting the same comment from different people this week. It's like back to back in a relatively short time span, calling me European American and telling me that it's better to call myself European American. I'm just European American, period, blah, blah, blah. And it's true. I mean, my parents were born in Europe. They were born in Italy. My grandparents, both pairs from Europe, their parents from Europe, their parents from Europe. But I find it interesting that as this concept, as this term picks up steam, at least on the North American side of TikTok, a lot of us, especially in certain parts of the United States, have always gone by ex-American, us white people, I mean, right? So I, for example, am Italian American. In New York City, especially growing up in the 90s and the 2000s, it was quite common to talk about ourselves like that. So, I am considered Italian American in the United States. That's how I always introduced myself. Like, oh, what are you? I'm Italian. I had Irish friends, right? Irish American friends. But we, in the United States, we don't say, oh, you're Irish American. No, we just say Irish because it's understood that you're American. So I had Irish American friends. I had Polish American friends. I had Albanian American friends. I had Greek American friends. Like, this isn't a novel concept for a lot of us, especially if you grew up in an immigrant community in a huge multicultural city like New York, or maybe like Boston, or maybe like Los Angeles, Chicago, Miami. This entire hyphenated American identity thing came about because President Teddy Roosevelt was pretty racist and he didn't want anyone to be anything other than American. Okay, here maybe racist isn't the most appropriate term. Xenophobic, I think, works better, because for him, anyone who wasn't a WASP, right? Anyone who had something American in their ethnicity, right, as their identifier.
Hello everyone, sorry for cutting you guys short. I know you guys are all interested about what she's saying. Please, if you're new to this channel, this is your favorite host, Chojurax, and welcome to my YouTube channel. And you all know what this YouTube channel is all talking about. So currently now she's talking about the European American. The European American. So I don't see any reason why we should not call you guys that. But with what she's explaining, I'm feeling that definitely you could hear that she's saying her dad is being born in European, her grandpa and every other thing. So definitely that is right. We should call you guys that. So guys, I guess let's just instead of me saying much, let's just continue the video. So we should learn more and educate ourselves more on that. So if you're new to this channel, please do subscribe and also do like. Let's continue the video. Then also,
wasn't an American at all, and those are his words, not mine. Those words are actually from a 1915 speech in New York at a Columbus Day event, of all places, because at that time, 1915, that was the peak of Italian immigration to the United States. And Italians, like many different groups, when they first went over to the US, they really clung closely to their regional identities, to their languages, to their family, their friends, their paisans, right? Their peers. And Roosevelt didn't want that. He didn't want Italians to go by Italian American. He wanted them to be American and to assimilate and to abandon their history, their heritage, their culture, their language, their traditions. That's why you really don't see as heavily a presence of Italian culture and traditions in places like San Francisco or in some towns in Wisconsin and Ohio compared to New York City, Boston, Providence, because these latter cities were the destination of the newer immigrants, right? The ones who arrived in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. And yes, Italians are continuing to arrive, but not in the numbers that we saw in the early 1900s. So again, we, in places like New York, right? New York City, Long Island, New Jersey, Connecticut even, we go by Italian American because we kind of took back the power. I don't know how to explain it. Like, we made it into a positive thing to be a hyphenated American, even though unfortunately a lot of Italian Americans have become, I'm not going to say brainwashed, although some have become brainwashed, but they've succumbed to the whole white supremacy thing, aligning themselves with the ideals and ideologies of white nationalism, white Christian nationalism, and they've gone full MAGA. And to me, it's incredibly hypocritical and sad because once upon a time, we were not considered white. We were the others. We were the marginalized. Just a couple more points and then.
Hello guys, sorry for the little break, guys. I want to know, what are your thoughts? Do you think what she's saying that she's making sense? So if you think what she's saying, please let me know down in the comment section. What are your thoughts? Because I believe she just broke this down. Definitely, I don't see anything wrong there. We calling you guys European Americans because you called we have the Latinos, we have the African.
I'm done, I swear. I have to finish because it's getting dark outside. But the fact that even up until the 80s, the Italian girls, the Albanian girls, the Greek girls in New York City were considered the ethnic ones, right? They were considered ethnic. Now, we're not. We're just white all around in 2024, but it's important to consider these aspects because whiteness is not a constant fixed thing. The way we look at race, the way we approach race in the United States is changing constantly. And European Americans aren't the only ones who do this in cities like New York, right? I mean, growing up, you have a huge community. I mean, you still do have a huge community of Dominicans in New York City, especially in the Bronx, and they go by Dominican American, Egyptian Americans, same thing, Lebanese Americans, Korean Americans, Chinese Americans, Vietnamese Americans. Like, it's not just reserved for white people. And I understand that in many parts of the US, I would argue even most parts of the US, there's not this level of diversity, right? The way we embrace multiculturalism in New York is not the norm throughout the rest of the United States. I recognize that. I just want to emphasize that insisting that every single white American call themselves European American isn't fair. And it's kind of weird because there are so many of us who already go by something American. We are already hyphenated Americans because of our history in the United States, because of our people's history, right? Because of our paisans. So yes, I am European American, first generation to be born in the United States, but most importantly, above all, I'm Italian American.
I guess, guys, like that is all. Like everything has been broken down in this video. So if you are an European American and you still asking why are people calling you European American, this is the best video for you to watch, because we have Asians and American, we have Africans Americans, we have the Latinos. So why do you think you should be called something different? So just let me know. If you're seeing this video, what's your thoughts?
European Americans hate being called European American, so much so that they try to come up with any justification and excuse to not be called European American. Our friend Donna is saying that she is not European American, that she considers herself an Irish Italian American, that her family is from Italy and Ireland. Now look, Donna, I know that the US educational system is not the best, especially when it comes to geography, but I'm gonna let you in on a little secret, Donna. Both Ireland and Italy are in Europe. Crazy, right? So that would make you 100% European American.
Wow.
I love how European Americans genuinely believe that they are just Americans, that everyone else is something hyphen American, and that they are the only true Americans. But luckily, it seems like that is starting to change with this whole European American thing. The tables have turned. But anyways, guys, Donna, you are European American, 100% European American. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
Okay guys, you guys heard everything. You guys heard everything. So if you're new to this channel, please kindly just subscribe and also do like, and also stay tuned for the next video, because definitely we have another video coming up. Okay, so peace out, and it's your favorite host, Chojorax. Thank you guys, and much love.